I'm going to show you how you can get clients using YouTube video ads. Over the next 20 minutes, I'm going to show you our exact strategy that creates a limitless pipeline of dream clients coming into your business using YouTube ads. And we're going to walk you through our entire step-by-step formula in order to make this work and create a bursting pipeline of new clients from a simple YouTube ads funnel. We'll walk you through exactly what this process looks like. Now, we're going to walk you through this entire process from the 7 to 8 figure YouTube ad strategy that we use to crafting a winning script, our 3D YouTube ads targeting method, which we found to be the secret to high converting YouTube ads, the bullseye YouTube ads optimization system we use, our OmniPresent retargeting machine so you can keep reaching your ideal clients everywhere, even if they don't convert initially, and our exponential growth hyper scaling strategy. All of this comes together to build a 7 or 8 figure client-based business using YouTube video ads that attract your dream clients. So that's what we're going to be getting into today is the client attraction YouTube advertising strategy. As you can see here, this is the step-by-step funnel. It goes from your YouTube ads to your webinar or your training VSL to a phone call application funnel and then to clients. And then at the same time, you have your emails going out, your outbound calls, organic content, and in the background, you have your OmniPresent retargeting machine hitting those clients again and again and again until they ultimately convert. Now we're going to walk you through what everything looks like, how this works, but really this all goes into the new way of getting clients for your business, and that is with YouTube video ads. Now, these are strategies that I've applied myself in my business. As you can see here, here's one of my YouTube ads, actually kind of a funny screenshot, but we use YouTube ads. You may have even seen an ad like this that brought you to this training. And we also use our OmniPresent retargeting machine strategies. So once people see those YouTube ads, we start OmniPresent retargeting them everywhere. So they start to see additional ads on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. But we use YouTube as our top of funnel strategy in order to get the highest quality ideal clients. And then we retarget them everywhere. And that's what we're going to walk you through in this video is how you can use YouTube ads and OmniPresent retargeting in order to attract your dream clients. Now, here's a screenshot of my email inbox. These are all scheduled calls. And as you can see, these are all within a 12-hour period of people scheduling calls with myself and my team to talk about, YouTube ads, obviously in our case, but this could be your business. Imagine your email inbox looking like this, where you're having consistent calls. As you can see here, we've got some of my, advisors on my team who take these calls, and imagine if your calendar looked like this or your team's calendar looked like this every single day. This is just one day with 4 of our advisors taking these strategy calls. As you can see, just imagine what it would look like if your pipeline looked like this, and this is every single day. And that's exactly what we're going to show you how to do in this 20-minute training. We're going to show you how you can get clients using those YouTube video ads and the strategy you see right here. Now, before we dive into it, I want to show you some examples of clients that have implemented these strategies in their own business. As you can see, Ahmad has a consulting business. He was stuck at $40,000 to $60,000 a month. Then he implemented YouTube ads, right? He was stuck, with Facebook, implemented YouTube ads, and hit his first $100,000 month. Couldn't have done it without YouTube. Then, of course, we have Ann C, who got 5x ROAS, more traffic than they could handle from YouTube. You can see a couple screenshots here, $175,000 off of $28,000 of ad spend before even turning on retargeting ads for their YouTube ads. Then on the right-hand side, you could see all of the different, campaigns, calling me a wizard, right, with ads. But obviously, I'm just here to share the strategy. David Emmons is another great client, 3x ROI, $1,500 a day, no touch automated sales. So he actually sells a course. So this works for courses as well. Obviously, we're going to talk a lot about consultants, coaches, but it also works for courses too. Really any business that's looking for clients or course sales, that type of online business. You can see here, Richard Shaw from $40,000 to $50,000 months to consistent 6-figure months. He does coaching. You can see here, May Pack and Eli Grelecki, both of them received our 100,000 Rocket Award. We've actually sent out dozens of these. These are awards that our clients get when they hit their first $100,000 month with YouTube ads. You can see here, Tino, he went from $60,000 a month to $170,000 last month. And he actually has paying subscribers in a membership site. So again, this also works regardless of what type of client you're looking for, whether it be a high ticket client, membership site client, course clients, bringing people in through your YouTube ads. Todd and Jordan, they do real estate investment coaching. Their YouTube ads are 2 to 3 times more profitable than Facebook. They went from 50 to 60 applications a month on Facebook to a couple hundred applications a month on YouTube with the same ad spend. You can see over here, Jonathan Kirshner, this is probably the last example I'll dive into, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes here because obviously I want to show you what this strategy is. But you can see here 10x ROAS, on track at the time of filming this video for $100,000 off of just $10,000 of ad spend. And he coaches people in how to actually, become a recruiting agency and a staffing agency, and this transformed his business. He hit his first $10,000 month, and then he hit a $30,000 to $40,000 month, and then he joined our inner circle and ended up hitting $100,000 month, all with YouTube ads, getting a 10x ROAS. And actually, this is the last one that I want to show you here before we dive in. Obviously, there's many, many more. You can see these on our site, but over $1 million in revenue from YouTube ads and OmniPresent retargeting from just $202,000 of ad spend. Imagine bringing in $1 million, and this was in 1 month, $1 million in revenue, just spending $202,000 on ads. So I'm Aleric, founder of Ad Outreach, and I've actually been on YouTube for over a decade now. I started out by building a YouTube channel, AppFind, grew that to almost 500,000 subscribers now. The screenshot's a little bit old. And what I discovered was the power of YouTube ads. So after I systematized my YouTube channel, I hired all the different people I needed to run it. I found a lot more time on my hands. So about 6-7 years ago, I started to experiment with YouTube ads back when it was in the very, very early stage. And what I discovered is that I could actually use YouTube ads in order to get leads and sales. So this is me speaking, several years ago at a marketing conference. Some of the top people you can see here is a more recent screenshot or picture of me recording a YouTube ad. And what I've done is I've put together the strategy that I've discovered in order to use YouTube ads to get a consistent pipeline of new clients coming into your business. And that is exactly what I'm going to show you how to do, right? How you can use YouTube ads to skyrocket your leads and sales in your business while reducing dependency on your Facebook and search ads. So this is what the YouTube ads look like. The old way is obviously Facebook search, organic posts. What we're going to talk about is the YouTube ad side of getting clients, right? Now, I'm not telling you to, take all your eggs in the Facebook basket and put them all over to YouTube. What I'm saying is, if you're just relying on Facebook, you have to be utilizing YouTube ads in your strategy. And then once you start running your YouTube ads, you're going to notice that clients are coming much more efficiently from your YouTube ads. Part of it is YouTube's a blue ocean. Only 9% of businesses are using YouTube video ads. So that's why I call this the golden era of YouTube ads. It's a blue ocean out there. And what I want to do is I want to give you the roadmap for what this looks like. So how do YouTube ads actually work? Let me show you what the strategy is. So just a quick primer, because I want to make this a video that's going to dive in and actually show the 3D targeting and the methodology that we have. Before we get to that though, you got to know what a YouTube ad is. So we have these YouTube in-stream ads. They have a call to action button on the bottom left of the screen. They also have a display URL. Those go off, and so when people are watching the ad and it appears in front of another video on YouTube, so they click on a video, your ad loads. And then all of a sudden, they start to learn about the products and services that you provide. They can click that call to action button to go off, onto your funnel, into your site in order to take that next step. We'll talk about what we recommend for that in a second. The desktop has a banner mode. You can also have a skip ad button at the bottom right. So what some people ask me, right, is, well, what about that skip ad button? I skip the ads a lot, or, I know a lot of people skip it. What happens if people skip my ad? Well, you should learn to love the skip ad button, because with most types of YouTube advertising, if someone skips your ad between 5 and 29 seconds, you don't pay. You only pay if they're what's considered a true view. That's somebody who's watching more than 30 seconds of the ad, somebody that's actually engaging and not skipping the ad. So you actually want people who aren't interested to skip the ad, so that you only pay for the people that are genuinely interested and actually taking the time to watch your YouTube ad. Now, this is very different than Facebook, where you pay for every single time somebody scrolls by. You're only paying in this case if somebody's actually interested in watching the ad itself. Now, there's also something called YouTube discovery ads. We're not going to get too deep into that, but these types of ads are ads that actually appear as people are searching in Google search results alongside other videos as suggested videos, recommended videos, and you can click on that video and then it pops up with that video watch page itself. Now, this is great for building a brand, getting subscribers, but if you're looking for direct response conversions, which most of you watching are, what you're gonna want is YouTube in-stream ads. Those are ads that drive direct conversions, sales, and leads. Those are the ads where you're most likely gonna get your immediate clients. Versus the other types of ads are great for building your brand on YouTube, which you can use long-term. So, why are YouTube ads so effective? In short, it's the learner's mindset. People are going on YouTube in order to learn, right? And what you're doing is you're essentially ethically hijacking that YouTube traffic and sending it to your own funnel. If they watch, another video, right? If they're all of a sudden going to watch another video, you put your ad in front of that video and you're essentially hijacking all of that traffic for yourself, because instead of that video loading, you're putting your ad in front of that video. So what does this look like? Well, here, take a high ticket webinar, for example. You can see here that we took our video ad, and this isn't, ours, this is a client, but we took their video ad and we ran it in front of similar videos on YouTube, right? And we're gonna get into the targeting and what that looks like. And you can see here that they were driving webinar registrants, and as you can see, they got over 1,000 webinar registrants in this screenshot here, and this was about a week or 2 weeks time, for $6.77 each. And the way that we were able to do that is by putting the ad in front of those videos that other people were watching. So imagine if you could get in front of people who are watching your competitors' videos, watching videos on YouTube, right? If you help people lose weight, they're looking up, how to lose weight, they're watching content on that, you put your ad in front of it, right? If you're helping people build an online business with an Amazon store, you put your ad in front of those videos and you're essentially hijacking that traffic and sending it into your own funnel. I mean, here's another example, 4-to-1 ROI, spending $1,600, making $57,000 back in sales. When you can do this right, that's when you're actually gonna be able to convert. So let's dive into the meat and potatoes. And before we can get into the targeting side, which we are gonna dive into, we'll show you our 3D targeting strategy. That's really the secret to getting this whole YouTube strategy to work and be the most effective. But before we get to that, it's important what your ad actually has. And we call this the value ad. Creating a video that actually provides genuine value and incites action. Get somebody who sees the video to be really interested. They want to take that next step. They want to learn more about what you do. And that's what we want to do. The biggest mistake entrepreneurs and marketers make when creating video ads is they just throw spaghetti at the wall and they see what sticks. They create all kinds of different content and ideas. But what we've found is there is a 3-step formula in order to create a video ad that's actually going to convert, and not only convert into leads, but convert into your dream clients. Actually attract people that you want to work with, your dream clients, into your funnel. And those 3 main components are the hook, educate, and call to action. So that the hook, you want to pull your ideal clients in, but push the wrong clients away, right? Because remember, you only pay if somebody watches those 30 seconds of your ad. So you want to push the wrong people away so they skip the ad, but pull in the right people so they'll keep watching. Then you want to educate, you want to provide value. This is what a lot of people leave out. We call it giving golden nuggets. If you could give a few golden nuggets that get people excited to learn more and provide value on your ad, they're much more likely not just to sign up for your webinar or your training or whatever that next step in your funnel is, but actually pay attention, actually show up, actually watch the training, actually take that next step. And that's what you're looking for. So you hook, educate, and then you have a call to action that needs to be very clear and concise. What is that next step that you're sending people off of? Where are you sending people within your funnel? Now we put all of this together, right? We take that video ad, and it has a hook, educate, call to action, And what we do is we're going to test this in what I call our advertising test cycle or launch cycle. So we're going to test the ads, we're going to analyze, revise, repeat, and then when we find an ad that's at least producing, 1 to 2, right? And that's kind of the minimum bar. And then what we're going to do is we're going to keep iterating. We're going to scale up that ad. We're going to see how effective that is. And don't worry, we're going to talk about exactly what this means in just a second. But what I consider this is really conversion-centric targeting on YouTube to reach your ideal clients who are ready to buy. Picture your targeting as a gigantic target board, right? When you first launch your campaigns, you're going to be throwing a bunch of different darts at the board. They're going to land in different areas. And the problem is with Facebook ads, there's not much optimization you could do, right? If a campaign, kind of performs, mediocre, you kind of have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Versus YouTube, you actually within a campaign can see what keywords, what targeting, what videos you ran your ad in front of converted and what didn't convert. You trim the fat and you focus on only your winning ads that you can scale and repeat. So that way, the next time that you keep throwing darts or when you scale up your campaign, you keep hitting the bullseye again and again and again. And so what does this actually look like, right? So when you're doing these tests, you're learning what works, you're using that data. I call this the always win marketer's mindset, right? So what you're able to do is iterate and test with your campaigns in order to hit the bullseye and get your campaigns to convert the best. So obviously, as you can see here, you can test, okay, these keywords aren't working. These keywords are working. Let's turn off the keywords that aren't working. Let's turn on the keywords that are and scale those up. So, while you're setting up the whole process, you're basically setting up your YouTube campaigns in a specific way. You're learning what works, what doesn't work. One of the things we have for our clients, for instance, is this master flow chart that we walk our clients through and we show, okay, here's exactly what to set up. Here's exactly what to do. When this happens, do this, take that next step. But what I want to do here is I want to show you, what this is not. This is not targeting in 2 dimensions. The biggest problem that people have when they're running ads on Facebook, and then we'll also talk about the biggest mistake people make when they start running ads on YouTube and how to avoid that. But the problem on Facebook is you're only targeting in 2 dimensions. You're targeting demographics, right, to who somebody is, and then you're targeting interests and affinities, what pages they like, what their interests are. But there's nothing about what they're doing right now. There's nothing that is intent. And that's why Facebook ads are such a roller coaster. They go up and down, because Facebook's algorithm is trying to predict when somebody's actually interested or not, but they don't really have any way of truly knowing it. So some days you might get a ton of people who are interested right now, but other days you might not. And that's how Facebook has that roller coaster effect you're probably familiar with. Now, the problem and the biggest mistake that people make when they go to YouTube and they start to run ads is they get caught up in this, idea of a 2-dimensional campaign, right? So they have demographics. So they have, some details about that person, who they are, where they're located. There's household income targeting on YouTube, which is really powerful, especially if you're selling high ticket. We'll get into that in a second. But you have those demographics. And then they layer it with video targeting. So typically what people are going to do is they're going to run placement ads. Maybe they saw a video on YouTube, that talked about placement ads. But really the problem with that is that's not super scalable. So they try and just run placement ads and they, get some conversions like this is great, but they're wondering why those ads can't scale up. Then once they discover that those ads can't scale up, then they'll go over, and maybe this is you, and run some keywords. Or all of a sudden you'll go and run some topics. But then those are too broad. And because those are too broad, then your campaigns aren't as targeted anymore, and they're not getting as great a conversions. So the problem that people make when they go over on YouTube is they stay in this 2-dimensional mindset, right? They take the demographics and they only focus on what videos that you're running your ad in front of. But the problem here is we live in a 3-dimensional world, but this is actually a solution and an opportunity. And this is the secret right here to high converting YouTube ads. I'm going to give it to you right now is our 3D YouTube ads strategy, 3-dimensional YouTube ads. We live in a 3-dimensional world. And so when you can target somebody on 3 dimensions, you can much more accurately pinpoint who that ideal client is. And this is the secret to getting your dream clients. Remember, we told you there's 3 main components to a YouTube video ad: the hook, educate, call to action. Well, there's also 3 main components to your targeting on YouTube, which is the 3D YouTube ad. So you want to target demographics, right? And we're gonna get into, in depth what each of these look like in a second. So you wanna know who that person is. We're gonna talk about household income, how that's really powerful, especially if you're selling higher ticket consulting or coaching or programs. Then layering that with the video targeting, right? So the videos somebody is watching. Now, you could do placement ads. We're going to recommend, more typically the keywords. Obviously, you can also do placements and topics, but really the videos somebody is watching. And then what you can do is layer it with affinities, intent, and in-market audiences. This is the biggest thing that people leave out. This is the difference maker. This is the secret to running high converting YouTube ads, is also layering who somebody is. So now you know what they're watching, you have intent, but you're also layering who that person is as a person. So you can see here, we've got demographics, we've got geography, we've got household income. That's all at the top of the demographic side. Then over on the videos, you can target specific keywords, broad keywords, YouTube channel keywords, competitor keywords, topics, and placements. These are the videos somebody's watching right now. So we have the detailed demographics. We know, roughly who that person is in terms of their demographics. Now we know what they're watching right now. We know what they're interested in, but we can also layer it with who that person is, right? Are they a business owner? Are they somebody who, frequently goes to the gym? Are they somebody who knows ClickFunnels? Maybe they've been on ClickFunnels.com before. We'll actually dive into, what that looks like and how that works in these different strategies. What you can do is you can target people based on who they are, what they're watching, and then the general demographics you know about them. And right at the center, that's where you have, obviously you can see the money bag right there. That's where you have your dream clients. Now, this is a worksheet we give out to our clients to really, outline what this looks like, but you can start thinking about what this means for you. I'll give an example for my business. What we'll do with demographics is we'll target people who are in the top, 20% of household income earners. Maybe we, sometimes we stretch that, we go above or below, but that's kind of the average, top 20, 30% of household income earners. And that way we know they're a decision maker. We know that they're, some kind of entrepreneur, business owner, or marketer, in charge of a division. And then we layer that with the videos they're watching on YouTube, so the individual videos. And so, for us, we might target people who are watching videos, obviously about YouTube ads, but also about Facebook ads, about marketing, about online marketing, digital marketing, right? How to grow their business, how to get leads, how to get sales. We'll target all those different keywords. We might target topics, so collections of videos, like, video, advertising and marketing topics. And then what we're doing is we're layering that with who that person is. And so we could actually layer it with people who have been on ClickFunnels.com with a custom URL affinity. Or we could layer it with somebody who's in the market for marketing and advertising. So now if we know that this is somebody who is into ClickFunnels, that's what their interests are, because you can target people based on interests on YouTube and on Google, layering that with the videos they're watching. So they're watching videos on how to get leads. And we know that they're in the top 20% of household income earners. So, they're a business owner that's looking to grow. We layer all those together. That's our dream client right there that we can reach. And so we have a whole flow chart that kind of dives in and walks through this. But when you launch these tests, what you're going to do is you're going to determine exactly what works, and you're going to be able to use YouTube ads in order to get consistent leads, sales, and clients. Here's an example: $514,000 revenue for $44,000 ad spend, $70,000 a month from YouTube ads. 5x better conversions from YouTube. Here's one from Chuck down here. You can see here about $20 an appointment, completely booked up with every available slot for 3 weeks. Nick and Zach, actually this is the same guy that messaged before, hit $100,000 months, massive shift. Imagine saying that getting kicked off of Facebook was a blessing in disguise. That's what they said. We talked about Todd and Jordan earlier. Anish reduced his cost per call by 75% with YouTube ads, from $250 a call on Facebook to $56 a call on YouTube. And remember, this is all from that 3D targeting, right? Making sure you're reaching the right person at the right time with the right message. That is how it works. Layering that, to get the right people. Donna, $115,000 in revenue in 2 months. As you can see here, she actually, walked through and showed her dashboard of her account. Lucy, and this works obviously international as well. Lucy is in the UK. Her lead cost dropped from 140 pounds to 60, on Facebook, to 60 pounds per application on YouTube, right? And the crazy thing is, her team was fighting over the YouTube leads because they were higher quality. So imagine leads that cost less than half of what Facebook does, and they're higher quality. Lewis as well. He got 739 live webinar attendees. That's not signups, that's attendees, and 55 phone call applications after just 2 days of YouTube ads. And he was running his ads in a Spanish market. The ads were in Spanish. Matt Graham, 4 to 5x ROAS, consistently spending $3,000 a day on a high ticket offer. The best traffic he has ever experienced, hands down, has been from YouTube. Ahmad's consulting business, as you can see here, $100,000 for the first time. Couldn't have done it without YouTube and our team at Ad Outreach. So really, this is all in the client attraction YouTube advertising strategy. Taking those YouTube ads, sending them into a funnel, whether it has a training or a webinar or VSL, then going into a phone call application and then converting those to clients, right? And at the same time, you have email funnel, outbound calls, organic content, and you have omnipresent retargeting that's consistently reaching your ideal clients again and again in the background, right? And so we didn't really have much time in this training to dive into the omnipresent retargeting, but this is another big component. Once you bring people in with YouTube ads, obviously you want to keep retargeting on YouTube, but you can retarget them everywhere. Once they've signed up, you can start to retarget them on every single platform: YouTube, Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, Twitter, Taboola, Outbrain, Instagram, Pinterest, Snapchat, AdRoll, and actually this isn't even the exhaustive list. We're testing more and more every day, but reaching people, obviously once they opt in, and retargeting them with omnipresence as well. So this is the strategy on how to get clients using YouTube ads, obviously starting with that 7 to 8 figure YouTube ad strategy, crafting a winning script, or 3D targeting, right, which really is the difference maker in targeting your YouTube ads, actually getting them to convert at the highest levels, our bullseye optimization strategy, and then of course omnipresent retargeting, reaching those ideal clients again and again everywhere once they opt in through YouTube, and then of course applying this with exponential growth in order to have that hyper scaling effect to land even more dream clients in order to fill up your pipeline. Now all of this comes together to create a 7 to 8 figure client-based business using YouTube video ads, and that's exactly what I want to help you do as well. So I want to actually invite you to schedule a YouTube ads strategy session by going to adoutreach.com/apply. We'll have a little button right underneath this video where you can go to adoutreach.com/apply. When you go there, you'll get to a page that looks just like this. As you can see, we have an application page. You'll be able to choose a date and time that works for you. We have a little video on how to book a call. We also have a testimonial supercut, which has a wide variety of different, clients actually back to back, talking about their experience with YouTube ads and what the process looked like. You'll actually, recognize several of them from the training itself and some of the results that they've gotten. And as you can see here, what you could do is choose a date and a time that works for you. Just select a time, click continue, and you'll be able to fill out some information and talk with our team about YouTube ads for your own business. This is what I absolutely love to do, helping businesses like yours use YouTube ads in order to attract your dream clients. Imagine having a consistent pipeline of dream clients coming into your business every week from YouTube ads, and that's exactly what's possible with this strategy, bringing in those clients using your YouTube video ads, and that's what I want to help you achieve. So you can go to adoutreach.com/apply and schedule your complimentary strategy call with our team, where we'll understand your business, we'll walk you through exactly how YouTube ads work and what the strategy is and how it applies to your specific industry and your offer. So this is a complimentary strategy call. We'll learn more about your industry, we'll learn more about your offer, what you're looking to promote, who your ideal and dream client is, and then we'll give you that strategy for your business of what this looks like in order to use YouTube ads. Now, at the end, we may invite you to become one of our clients that we help and walk through this process. But either way, I want you to walk away empowered and knowing exactly how you can use YouTube ads in order to attract your dream clients. So go to adoutreach.com/apply, schedule a date and time that works for you. And I'm looking forward to helping you use YouTube ads and this strategy here to attract your dream clients and grow your business. I'll see you there.